Welcome to the stream, and I hope you all can hear me. If you can hear me, please write something that I know that you can hear me and everything is okay. Anyway, so let's start with the dollar index as usually, and we will look for the intraday setups first, and then we will go to the swing setups. So first of all, I want to mention that this week, I don't know if you have checked the coming news. It's gonna be quite a massacre, I think, because today, all day for the GBP and Japanese yen, the bank holidays, so probably not much volatility on these two. Then tomorrow, Aussie monetary policy minutes. Wednesday there is a FOMC. Thursday again, Bank of the Japan, Swiss National Bank. Monetary policy again, the official bank rates, pound. Friday, euro, a lot of PMI inflation, GBP inflation, Powell speaking. So it's going to be a lot of volatility. So definitely request to being careful, and there could be a lot of ranging and wipeouts, right? So I just don't suggest to try to catch some trend and predict market too much. All right, so this is a dollar index, and we need to look what actually happened in here in the last week. Let me remove this, and we can see that on the Tuesdays, on that inflation data news, price has moved sharply higher, and then it's consolidating around here. So what I like that we have in here, if you look into these two equal highs, right? I mean these two lower ones, these two, which is as well the previous month high, week high, and previous days high. So here is a definitely some liquidity level, right? So probably those traders who shorted this trend line, this break and the retest, they probably would have a stop losses above this level, right? So I'm thinking the price is coming in here, but as well, look at this. We have the 3 days lows just in here. So that's, in my opinion, is going to be like a magnet for the price, and price will most likely come there to visit this level too. So what I would be looking for, as I said, not trying to predict the markets too much, but in my opinion, if price will visit this previous days, weeks highs, and it will start to give some corrections. Of course, on the smaller time frame, right now we are on the 20 minutes, but this intraday setups, it has to be traded on the 1 minute, then we might could get some short opportunity. Then in same case, if price will reach this level, and of course it should not be during that news, because during that news which are coming, would be quite crazy. Then we could watch same methodology, same entry on these levels. On I will speak about my daily bias or the long-term trade bias on later on the swing setups, right? So currently looking to the euro, and here we have a similar situation. Price actually dropped down on that news, right, without taking out previous week's high, which I was quite surprised. Then price was ranging in here. We can see it took out this previous day's lows and then previous day's highs, and right now we are here. So as we can see, this range, this Asia range, after the open, is quite wide, and mostly if the range looks like this, then we get just the retest maybe of this weekly open, and we will most likely continue down to the previous week's low and the day's low, which are same on the same level. So I'm thinking the price is going in here, but I personally don't trade much the internal from the internal liquidity to the external, right? Which would be something like this. Uh, it's just, I don't say that it's not wise. Might maybe sometimes these trades are better, but I feel much better uh, trade in the trades from the external liquidity into the internal. Hello, Sangus. Thank you for sending this. Uh, Thanks, bro. All right. So. Yeah, so waiting just as my strategy described, so waiting for this outside. But still, we have even more liquidity down here. But even if that is the case, we still could get some short-term setup in here, right, on the 1 minute and get it straight. And same case, if the price will visit this previous day high, then I will be looking for the short in here. So next one will be a pound, and pound doesn't look too good. So what happened actually here previous week? It dropped on that news after taking out a previous week's high, which was here, right? So on the Monday, on the Tuesday, it went higher and then dropped, right? But unfortunately, this trade, for me, I could not catch it. Someone might has made money on this, but it wasn't me. So right now we are below the previous week's low, and here is the previous day's low, which caused the break, right? So in my opinion, we are going down to this previous day's lows, which is right now the previous week's low as well. And here we're gonna have the 1.13, which is actually the whole number level, right? So once this is taken out and we will start to get some bullish setup, definitely some short-term long for me. And same case, if this previous day's high is taken, then looking for the short setup, right? So this is for these two, for these three, for the intraday setups. And now let's look for the swing setups and for some more biased trades and what I'm seeing in here. So right now we're gonna start with the dollar index again, and we will try to include the COT analysis, right? So what we can see in here, we can see that the banks, the big players, actually reduced their longs positions in the past 2 weeks, right? But they reduced their shorts. So we need to understand what they basically did. And here is this, if you see this a small triangle, here is a date of the 30th August when they reported 51k long, and since then the price moved higher, and here was another report, right? So they actually reported 52k long. So in this they added some longs, but they be building their shorts as well, right? Then the price dropped down. We didn't have a report in here, but the next report is here on the Tuesday after this strong up move, right? So what probably happened in here? As we can see, they had 52k longs and 16k shorts. Now they are reporting slight less. So as the price was probably dropping down, they closed some longs, right, to bring it down, and they probably close some shorts here on this bottom. And as the price is moving higher, they probably added, but we don't see it in the report, this change. We must work only with what we have, and is this. So if we know that they took some profit from the longs and they added these longs back again, and they reduced their shorts, so what they could be doing right now, they could be probably building shorts again, or they would be building even more longs. So I think that we are going to visit these up levels, this buy side liquidity, as said, this equal highs, which will be again as a magnet for the price. So in my opinion, price is going higher in here, and it would be really nice to be looking for some entries below these liquidity, right? So below this previous day's low. So if the price drops down somewhere around 1.93 something, and we will be getting some nice setups, then we would like to then we could be looking for this swing trade. Well, I don't know if anyone trades a dollar index, but I don't do that. And in the moment, even my broker is offering this opportunity, right? But what this information is giving me, it's giving me the information that most likely the other dollar pairs against the dollar will most likely go lower, right? So let's go to the pound. It's clear that we are going down right now. So as said, not looking for the short from the current price, but if the price can come back up into the weekly open, and I will get my setup in here, then I would like to short it, right? Something like this in this in this order block, right? So that's what I would be looking for on the pound. If we add the COT data for the pound, you will see it really doesn't look good too much, especially against the dollar. So let me bring it so we can look at it like this, right? So as the price has been dropping in the past week, like this. So we had the report in here. Let me zoom it so we can see it even better. So we had the report in here, and the price has been dropping. So we can see that the banks actually has added some even more shorts. So when the price has been, since this last report, since the price has moved higher, they use this up move for the building the shorts, right? And now they taking it. So where they would be closing them mostly on the previous week. So I think this is coming, and for the pound, it will be more another week down, most likely. So here is the euro, and euro looks slightly different. So what we got here, we can see that we got some positive net positions added, and we can see that the net positions dropped from the minus 36k to the minus 11k, right? So we can see that it was actually happening from this report into this report. So as the price was up in here, the banksters actually did not add too much shorts, right? So pound looks, in my opinion, a little bit more bullish than sorry, the euro looks a little bit more bullish than pound. So does it mean I would be looking for the longs, for some long-term long? Well, I would like to, but what would the price has to do is, we have a lot of news this week, right? So if we consider that there will not be this violation, I would still definitely would like to see price dropping below this previous week's low, right? Because previous week's low, previous day's lows, that's in my opinion the best levels to enter. So if we get drop below this previous week's low, and that day will be violated in the next day again, then I would like to be happy to take a long trade, right? But in my opinion, these consolidations lows will be first visited and taken out before the price can do something, right? Let's look to the Aussie. Looks very similar this case. Let's check the data. Really doesn't look too good, right? So if you look to the data for the Aussie, you can see minus 57k. It's actually the extreme number right now, right? So probably going lower. Same for the same. It looks for the uh, Kiwi USD cat, most likely going to the previous week's high. USD franc again reaching previous week's high, most likely going even higher. So trading against the dollar, I don't recommend right now too much. But if we look to the euro cut, that's one which looks quite important, and I will bring bigger time frame. So actually, in my opinion, if we look to the COT data, we can see that the commodity pairs are quite weak, and euro and other pairs looks quite stronger. But I will show you one which I like the most. So what I like right now is Swiss franc yen. It's my trade which I got right now, and I will show you example and why I think why this one will go down a lot. So I will bring the COT data for the Swiss franc and for the yen, because here is something what we are actually looking for, and what is, in my opinion, the best setup in order flow what we can see. So let me bring it here. Uh, Boom. So right now we have a Swiss franc. And here we have a Japanese yen. So in terms of the let's start with the technical analysis a little bit. So what we had in here, now we can see this is a previous week's high, right? But before the previous week's high was this one, and there was this my setup, which where I like when the previous week's high is taken out in one day, and then the next day, the previous week's high day, which is after this previous week high taken out, then we got the break of the structure, and then we got the pullback into the 61.8 Fibo. We put a stop loss here, and then, and I'm speculating that we're gonna reach the previous month high to retest it, because if you look how it broke up in here, you see there was not any correction. So most likely we will come to retest this high of this candle. Right now, let's look to the Swiss franc data. So what we got in here, we can see some numbers in here, but I was already saying that the last week that we can see that basically on the Swiss franc, as it is on this over, I don't like to use the overbought oversold, but as we can see, the Swiss franc is quite overbought against the all pairs. But we can see that the banks started to build shorts positions, right? So they rise from the 12 to the 15. And how looks their shorts? They dropping quite significantly, right? So we can see right now they are 7K, they've been 10K, now then 11, you know. And if you look to the COT data, the exposure start to looks again more to the short side, right? So we have seen here was this flip when we actually switched from the 62. Here actually we switched from the, where was it? 54, 50, 50. We have seen shorts. Yes, it was to the longs. And here we actually switched 56. Not so we wasn't there. Sorry, my confusion. Anyway, looks quite very, very bearish, right? Wasn't too bearish as in here, but in my opinion, the bearishness is coming again in here. And if we look to the Japanese yen, we can see that Japanese yen has peaked in here, which is like 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And then we can see the longs for the Japanese yen start to drop, and the shorts start to grow, right? Slightly. But this is again on the Tuesday, and look where it is. Tuesday is here on the top, right? So then we don't see what is in here. And mostly what we can see that if the banks are quite over in the extreme, when they are in the extreme on the top for this Japanese yen, right? So we can see that it start to move lower. So Yeah, and I'm as well in the Aussie JPY in this short which we took in my Telegram channel, and yeah, it's dropping right now. So in my opinion, Japanese yen is going to be quite strong, so we will see. And yeah, this is probably, I think it is all. I'm as well watching for the pound to buy it against the Aussie, right? But as well, in here, same thing, right? As it is swing trading, I'm waiting for these lows to be taken out, right? So this can take even maybe the next week, right? So if the price drops lower, here I will start to look for the swing entry, right? Euro and ZD, I wanted to take a long, but it quite went up too much for me. So currently, not interested. But what I would like to see is the price to drop down, and there I will be looking for the longs, right? But it's going to be quite a little bit, maybe somewhere at least, at least around here, or even here. So let's see. All right, my friend. So this is it from me. I see no one has any question. No one is saying anything. Let me check on the. Uh, okay. Okay. So I wish you happy trading, my friends, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.